Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're not here for the Honda. We're here for the BMW. So I'm gonna take this tank off. I'm gonna take it in to get it painted. But to do that, I need to get the gas removed from it. So in order to do that, I bought some 3/8 inch rubber hose. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna feed it into the top here, like that. And then I'm going to loop it nice and low. I'm going to suck on it until I see the gas coming out and hit about halfway through the curve that I'm going to have. And then I'm going to turn the end of the hose into the gas can and let it drain out. So I did this with a much shorter and smaller diameter piece of tube the other day and got a bunch of gas in my mouth, which is surprisingly sweet tasting, but still terrible. So we're going to try not to do that today. And then we'll walk through the rest of removing the rest of the tank removal. Alright, gas has been siphoned out. Next step is to remove this fuel line from that goes to the fuel rail, the other fuel line there, and then finally disconnect this. And this is the power for the fuel pump, along with the gas gauge. And then after that, this section just lifts up. So I noticed that mine is supposed to have some circuit clips, I think they call them here, to keep this guy in here. And mine seem to be missing, so I have to either order some or pick some up at the hardware store. I'm not sure, but tackle that when we get there. Okay, so I took the 4 screws out of this bottom plate here, and I believe that's the float for the gas gauge. And I think the wire is actually hooked up to the fuel pump inside, so I may have to reach in there and go to the top, but I did this in the grass just in case there's any residual fuel that may come out. So tugging on these, not yielding too much luck. Probably I'll look at what it looks like inside and take the screws off from underneath the gas cap to get the rest out. But I'm gonna just tip this back, see if make sure there's no gas left before I move it into my garage to continue work. So 4 screws, 3, 4, all pull out there. And you can see inside there is a fuel pump, those yellow wires, as I expect. So, there's a fuel filter, the fuel pump is there. Might have a little bit of work to pull that out yet, so we'll continue to chip away at this. Okay. Surprisingly, the fuel pump is pretty easy to get out. There's a, let's see if you can see in here. There's a tab on the left side, a tab on the right side. You can squeeze your hand in there, you can squeeze those together, you can actually pull them up enough to move it. And so there you go. The next step is to remove the terminal leads from each side, and then I can pull the fuel pump right out. Tank is off, bike is ready. Well, the tank is ready to go to the paint shop. Next time we post a video, hopefully this will be white with some of the classic BMW motorsport racing colors, the light blue, the dark blue, the red. And while it's in there, may take to doing something with that frame, or have some wiring work to clean up. Might do that while it's exposed. Have to see what time allows for. And yeah, but for now, gas is in there. That was in there. Fuel pump's out. Fuel filter's still in there. I'll have a new fuel filter I'll throw in when it's all said and done. Figure at least keep it in there. If any dirt gets in there, maybe that'll prevent it from getting anywhere else within the hoses and lines inside there. So that's it for this installment, and we'll continue to rock and roll. And in the meantime, spring has sprung here in Milwaukee, so the CB750 to 76 is going to get freshly charged battery thrown in it, some oil, probably some new plugs and wires. I hate those yellow wires. And yeah, but until then, Stormtrooper's doing his job, keeping them safe, and maybe get to cleaning these bikes a little bit since they're obviously dirty from last season.